This is such a great time for planning for your new family member and to think through goals and desires for your new little grand bundle. It's so different this time, not like when it was your own child. All kinds of thoughts going through your head, remembering back 20 to 30 years ago when you were having your first child. Although some of it will return, there are some areas where times have changed, like what babies can eat, for example. Fish, soy, and dairy aren't recommended for under 1-year-olds. So don't go in unprepared. Do some research before the baby arrives. But how exciting, the thought of having your own new bundle over to the house. Blankets, cuddles, bottles, diapers, rattles, all a part of your new reality. But what about the house? Oh my gosh, you must start thinking about baby proofing. While baby turns 1 and has grown so ridiculously quickly, fast like when you had your own, but faster in a different way. Time seems to go even quicker now. As you remember back, you realize it was such a blur when raising your own children. Back then, there wasn't enough sleep or time to breathe. With everything required of being a parent, there just wasn't enough time to really enjoy those precious times. It's just a big blur. Being a grandparent, though, is so special because you get to relive those precious times. You get to sleep, and life won't be as much of a blur. It will still go ridiculously quickly, though, so don't dilly-dally with the special time. You'll actually find time now to play again. So get down on the floor and play. Be sure to enjoy every possible moment that you can. Be an important part of your grandchild's life. They really want you to anyway. And before you know it, you'll have more grandchildren warming your home. Be sure to impact their little lives for their lifetimes. One way is to give them the gift of you reading to them and with them. Their parents and teachers are doing this also, but having their grandparents also reading to them impacts them more by reinforcing the importance of reading from all generations. Besides, it's awesome having those special memories together. Also, you will be giving them your greatest gift of all, your love. Now, how else can you really impact your grandchildren? Well, let's give some thought to all the ways we will be helping raise our grandchildren materially through the years. There will be many toys, most of which will get broken, clothes that they'll need but they will outgrow, sports, playgroups, education, college, dining out to teach them the fine art of proper behavior and eating in public. As grandparents, we end up helping out a lot financially. We may not realize this when we first get that call that we're going to be grandparents, but it happens. And hopefully we are lucky enough financially so we can do so. Time for planning for your new family member and to think through goals and desires for your new little grand bundle. It's so different this time, not like when it was your own child. From a financial point, hopefully, we are able to help our grandchildren more than their parents can because of where we are financially in life. I propose the idea of you to be the flame, to begin the ripple for your family legacy. Let's make our generation be the one to impact our families financially for many generations to come. Now, we're using little known of solutions to finance college education for our 2 grandkids, which will be the start to our family legacy for generations to come. It's the no strings attached way to save for college with all the added benefits that only certain planners can and will set up. Our dream for our grandchildren is that they will never need to use a bank, a finance card, or a credit card company other than to have the convenience of a checking account. And helping to build and teach a financial legacy that lasts for generations to come doesn't have to be a difficult thing to do, but how it can impact our families is the gift that keeps giving and giving, literally for generations. There are solutions out there that not too many know about. We started a strategy for our grandchildren and have talked to their parents about continuing the gift by doing the same for their future grandchildren. The solution we set up for our first grandchild that is 6 years old now has a plan that is projected to provide about $35,000 for his college expenses by the time he graduates high school in about 12 years. We figured this is at least how much we help out with gifts and various costs anyways. And our second grandchild that is 3 has a plan that is projected to throw off about $42,000. In the meantime, we can borrow from the plans because we are the owners of the plans, and we can use it to finance other things and pay back to the plans instead of borrowing from banks and paying banks interest. These plans make our money liquid, and when we do borrow and pay the plans back, there will actually be even more money in the plans for the boys' education. But perhaps best of all, we can count on the money in the plans to never shrink or lose value, even if the stock and real estate markets tumble or go nowhere for the next 10 years. We won't wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat worrying if the money will be there. It's a set it and forget it plan that just keeps growing, guaranteed. But if either of our grandkids decides to become an internet entrepreneur or an actor, musician, writer, film producer, dancer, or artist and decides not to go to college, the equity could be used to fund their entrepreneurial startup, to pay for their weddings, or for a substantial down payment on a home. The possibilities and choices are limitless, and no one's going to say, oh no, you can't use it for that. It's the no strings attached way to save for college that comes with all the added benefits of this type of plan. And the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. So who else wants to change the trajectory of their future family? We can't do it by continuing to do what our parents did and their parents before them. We need to change our thought process of how we can help. If you'd like to learn how to start one of these plans, please do contact me. I'm on a mission to help as many families as I can. I'd love for your family to be one of them. I'd be honored to help you and your family. So contact us at BFY Choices, Bank for Yourself Choices, at 224-518-1234, and the website is bfychoices.com. That's bfychoices.com. Thank you for listening.